In this video, I'll be going through the 48 laws of power, and today I'm going through law number 7, law number 8, and law number 9. Law number 7 says, get other people to do the work for you. Sounds a little bit sinister, but it makes sense. The reason it makes sense is that in life, you have very limited time available to you. Time is by far the most valuable commodity that humans have at their disposal. So if there's anything that is wasting your time, anything stopping you spending time on what you actually want to spend time on, you have to get rid of it. And one of the number one time wasters in life is trying to do everything yourself. You can't. You simply cannot do everything yourself. If you try and do everything yourself, one of two things will happen. Either you will burn out and you will do a rubbish job of these things because you haven't got sufficient energy to apply yourself accordingly. Or somewhere down the line, you'll give up and you'll say to yourself, forget it. There's no use trying to do this because it is too hard. The way to get by that is to delegate, or as Robert Greene likes to put it, get other people to do the work for you. A great example is this video that I'm making. Some of you would have realized that I've not released a video for months now. And the reason for that is it simply takes too long. Before a video comes out, what I have to do is I have to read this book, record the video, edit the video, make the thumbnail, have to release the video. It's a very, very long-winded process. And quite frankly, I don't enjoy doing every single one of those steps. I like reading the book. I like recording the video as I'm doing now. But editing, trimming things down, adding in music, adding in subtitles, it can be a bit long. So the best thing to do is to get someone to do those things for me. And that's exactly what I've done. I've outsourced certain aspects of the video making process so that I can spend time doing the things that I enjoy the most. And the things that I don't enjoy the most, someone else can do them. And I understand it may be hard to not try and do everything yourself. Firstly, you might not even realize that that's what you're doing. Someone may have to tell you and say, yo, did you realize that you're trying to do everything yourself? You're trying to do too much. And then you say, oh yeah, after self-reflection, I am doing too much. Or secondly, and probably this is the most common cause, people do not trust other people to do a job that they can do. So instead of delegating, they take on too much because they think that they are the best at doing those things and they are unable to trust other people to do a task. Delegate, get other people to do the work for you, and you'll be much more efficient. You will enjoy your task more, and ultimately, you will achieve more. Now on to the 8th law of power. Law number 8 says, make other people come to you, or as I like to put it, don't chase. If you are familiar with even elementary principles of dating, you will know that chasing too much is never a good thing. If you chase too much, it gives the impression of thirst, and you don't want to be thirsty. You want to be well hydrated before making any movements. The application of this rule, though, is not merely constrained to the dating game. It has wider application. For instance, during negotiations, if you have made other people come to you, automatically you're operating from a place of control. They're in your territory and you're much more likely to get the price and the terms that you want. Imagine you're selling something on Facebook Marketplace or eBay and someone has made a 2-hour journey to come to you. During negotiations, you're gonna have the upper hand because you have nothing to lose. You haven't made a 2-hour journey. What happens during that negotiation is inconsequential to you. You still got a bed to sleep on, water to drink. You are in your house. The person who's buying the item, they've just made a 2-hour journey. Do they really want to go back empty-handed? Do they want to drive another 2 hours back? That's 4 hours in total and nothing to show for it. In their brain, they're probably thinking, you know what? I may as well pay a little bit extra. After all, I don't want to go back empty-handed. You see where this is going. Make other people come to you. There's lots to gain. However, I'm not encouraging that you use this for sinister reasons. The most important thing to learn from this is people may try and do this to you. And if they are trying to do this to you, straight off the bat, make sure that you agree beforehand a price before you enter someone else's territory. And that way, at least you know that you're not going to be taken advantage of because you have so much to lose if you decide to return empty-handed. Law number 9 says, win through your actions and never through argument. How many times have you been in an argument that's gone on for what seems to be practically ever. And at the end of it, you say, all right then, fine, I lose, have it your way. Are you really convinced of the other person's argument when you say that? Of course not. All you want to do is end the argument. So that's why this law says win through your actions and never through argument. Because most of the time, when you win through arguments, you may have someone verbally confirm that you are correct. However, in their hearts and in their minds, they have not changed their opinion whatsoever. They haven't changed it. The book uses an amazing example of this. There's a story of a man who was very honest, he was very loyal, and I need a third one. Honest, loyal, and sincere. There we go. And other people around him started to get jealous because he was given so many benefits. He never lied. You know how some people don't like goody two-shoes? He was giving off that kind of vibe. In the end, people made up lies about him, and these lies ended up having him condemned to a den of lions or a den of dogs, some vicious animal. Before he was thrown in to the den of lions, he said to the king who had condemned him, "King, please allow me to have 10 days to put my affairs in order." And the king said, "Go ahead, you're doomed to die anyway. I may as well give you the opportunity to say bye-bye to your loved ones." So during these 10 days, the man got 100 pieces of gold. He approached the person who looks after the dogs or the lions. Let's just call them lions for now. He approached the man who looks after the lions and said, "I will pay you 100 pieces of gold if you give me the opportunity to look after these dogs." And the man said, "Yeah, of course, I could retire off the money that you're offering me." The guy took the payment and he allowed the person who had been condemned to die to look after dogs for 10 days. After 10 days, he'd finished looking after the dogs and the day of his execution had come. The whole city gathered round to witness the spectacle of a man being executed. I don't know why in medieval times people liked to watch these things, but they did. That was their source of entertainment. They got a kick out of it for some reason. So everyone's there, they're watching, and the guy is thrown into the den of lions, and for some reason, the lions don't eat him. Everyone's shocked, they're amazed. Why is he not being eaten by the lions? In fact, the lions are laughing with him, they're joking with him, he's playing about, he's just having a chill time with the lions. It's remarkable. And the king wonders and says, "Why are the lions not eating you?" And the man says something very profound. He says, "I have looked after these lions for 10 days, and look at the result. I've looked after you for 30 years, and look what you've done to me. You have thrown me into a den of lions. You've condemned me to death on the testimony of my enemies." When he said this, the king was so guilty. He felt so bad. He allowed the man to go free. He gave him more money than he could ever imagine. He gave him clothes, and he even gave him the opportunity to punish his friends, or his enemies rather, who had lied about him. In this example, there's absolutely nothing that the man could have said to save his life. Nothing. The only way to get out of this was to demonstrate what he knew was true with his actions. That's the best thing to do. Don't spend your time arguing, because even if someone says you're right, deep down, they probably still believe what they always believed. That's law number 7, 8, and 9 of the 48 laws of power. If you enjoyed this video, I'm certain that you will enjoy the other videos which I've made on the 48 laws of power. You will find them in this playlist right here. Until then, take care and see you in the next video. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Take care.